to last week where we talked about photographs and captions. Who remember captions and photographs are what? Say it out loud, loud and proud. Yes, captions and photographs are besties. They are best friends. And the great thing about captions and photographs is that they are right next to each other because they always want to be together. So here's a photograph of, I'm not going to even say it because you guys already know. So here's a photograph. Sparks was about to say what it was. A photograph. And now I need you to think of maybe what a possible caption this could be. What a possible caption this could be. So thinking about what a possible caption. So remember our captions, they describe what's going on in the photograph. Describe what's going on. The Sparks is thinking, oh, baseball looks fun. I'm sure that you just all looked at me like, you are crazy. That is not baseball at all. So say what your captions can be out loud. Share them out. I heard some of you might have said getting a touchdown in football. In football, you make a touchdown by crossing over into the end zone. Or you could say a football player jumping and reaching to get a touchdown. So again, all our captions do is that they describe our photograph. We have been talking about and reading a book about the sun. Now we've done our brain dump on everything we know about the sun. We made our predictions. And now we get to look closer at our book. And our book is about the sun. All right, so we don't have captions on our photographs, and we have to rectify that. We have to change that. We do have these things called labels, and labels help us understand what's in our photograph. So I'm going to read this out to you. And remember, we're talking about photographs, so photographs help us understand the text a little bit better. It helps us see it, visualize it. And our captions explain our photograph, which also help explain our text. So this says, the sun is big. 1 million Earths could fit inside of it. Wow, that is really big. So I know that's really big, but the author wanted to show me how big it actually is. And wow, look at the sun. And then we have this little label down here that says Earth, that teeny tiny dot. That is a dot compared to this whole big Earth. So the sun is big. 1 million Earths could fit inside it. That's a lot of place values. So I have to think, as an author, she wanted me to know that the sun was big. And I could see it in this photograph, that the sun is big. Now I have to put a caption to this photograph. Remember, they are besties, and they are best friends. So I'm going to put my caption right here. And I'm going to be writing in my color that you can see. So I'm going to do white. So here we go. All right, here we go. We have our white. Let me move this over so you can see it. Here we go. I don't know what's going on with my... There we go. Okay. So we just have to look at our photographs. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But let's click out of it. It's making it a little bit bigger. Okay. So we have to talk about our caption. So our caption is going to describe what's in our photograph. So what is in our photograph is, sorry, Miss Parks has to figure this out, why this is doing this. There we go. We'll just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, that's much better. Now we can see. See, we figure out things in our technology. Okay, so back to our caption. So we have to write our caption. And our caption is going to go right by our photograph. Because remember, they are besties. They are best friends. So I'm thinking a caption could be, the earth is blue and green. I'm thinking that my caption can be, the earth is blue and green. Do we say thumbs up? Yes. that is a great caption for this photograph, or thumbs down, this is not a good caption for this photograph. I can feel it that you're telling me that that is the worst caption, Miss Sparks, for this photograph. And yes, it is the worst, probably not the worst, but one of the, not a great one. So that does not talk about how big the sun is, which is what my author wants me to see. So my author wants me to see that the sun is really big and that 1 million Earths could fit inside of it. So my caption I'm going to write is, the sun is big. All right, now let me go through all our checkpoints. So my caption is right by my photograph. My caption has to describe my photograph. Okay, the sun is big. That's describing my photograph. And I see that it's big because they put this little Earth label down here. So the sun is big. So this just gives me a little bit more information. 1 million Earths could fit inside of it. So the sun is big. That's going to be my caption that I use for this photograph. All right, let's move on to our next one, which, here we go. Let me make this smaller so we can see it. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to read it. I'm going to make sure that we know what we're talking about and what we see. So how do we know? Okay, we were talking about the sunspots and the solar flares. We use special telescopes. We see the sun up close. All right, so this photograph is showing me this is a fancy telescope or a special telescope. So I'm wondering why the author included this photograph. Why did they include this photograph? You know what? I might not know what a telescope looks like. I might know what a normal telescope looks like, but not one of these special ones that get to see up close and personal these solar flares. So, all right, remember, I need my caption to this photograph. So, thinking of my caption to my photograph. What do you think my caption to my photograph should be? Miss Sparks is going to put it over here because they can be right next to the photograph. As long as it's not way up over here and off the page, we are good. So, what can the caption for my photograph be? I'm sure some of you thinking that it has to be something about telescopes, that the telescopes help us see things up close. So let us say, which is so completely right. So I'm going to say scientists use special telescopes to see the sun up close. And guess what? Miss Sparks kind of used what was said up above. So she used what was said up above. We use special telescopes. So we see the sun up close. So I just added scientists because, it could be scientists, it can be people as well. Or you know what? Let's just change it to people. People use special telescopes to see the sun up close because that's what they were talking about of how do we know that the solar flares are there. That people use special telescopes to see the sun up close. And that is telling me that we can see the sun up close with using these special telescopes. And this shows me if I don't know what this word is, I can also look into my photograph and see, oh, I see that this is a telescope or something that makes the Earth or whatever I'm looking at closer. All right, so now it is your turn. So on your Jamboard, you will see a photograph. You will read through what it says. You might need help. If you need help, just ask somebody. And then you are going to write your own caption. So remember, our captions have to go with our photographs. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. They are besties, best friends. So they go together. They have to describe what is going on in the photograph. The photograph helps you understand the text. So it all goes into this fun circle and all our check marks that we got to make. So our captions, our photographs, they are besties. And I cannot wait to see the captions that you write.